everyone, this is Dr. Maha Abdurrahman. I handpicked today an interesting, trendy topic that meet the challenges of everyday life, which is about global warming. Almost every one of us has heard about global warming, but I'm here today to give more insights about that, which is required as well for all the school boards of the IGCSE biology. So what is global warming? Maybe all what we know about is increasing the heat on the earth. Okay, so that's how it was. This is how it is. So what's really the reasons behind this phenomena and solutions that we can implement to decrease global warming? So let's start by reasoning. So we all know that the main source of heat is the sun, okay? So energy from sun is radiated into the earth's surface, as you see, all right? Some of it should be trapped, so otherwise the heat, the earth would become too cold for us to live in. And then the majority should be reflected back. That's the norm. However, in the last decades, due to increase the level of carbon dioxide and methane, and I'm gonna discuss the reasoning after, so we'll see that there's a lot of or a big amount of carbon dioxide and methane covering the atmosphere, forming a layer around the earth. Okay, this layer is trapping more and more of the heat inside. So see, there's more and more heat trapped, so more heat is trapped inside the atmosphere. Okay, this leads to increase the heat, leads to climate change, which is the phenomenon that's known as global warming. Okay, so really the main cause is increasing the amount of carbon dioxide and the methane produced, which trap much more of the heat inside the earth, leading to increase the heat, to increase the temperature on earth. Okay, so that's the main main idea behind the global warming. So what are the real reasons for increasing the amount of carbon dioxide and methane to form this layer that traps the heat? See guys, that's another diagram, okay? Explains how most of the radiation is, or here, some of the solar radiation is reflected by the earth and the atmosphere. So that's the radiation coming from the sun. Some of it is absorbed by the earth's surface, and then some of it is reflected outside. The thing with the global warming, as I said, that these infrared radiation isn't reflected, it's re-emitted by the earth's surface due to the presence of the trapping layer of carbon dioxide and methane. There's water vapor as well. So these are the three main gases. That's another question that also comes a lot in the exams. The three main gases that contributes to global warming, which are, let me state them beneath here. So these are carbon dioxide. Okay, these are the three main gases. You have as well the methane, and there's water vapor. Okay, so these are the three main gases, okay, contributes to global warming. There are some other gases that contributes with a lesser extent to global warming, like CFCs, like nitrogen oxides, but these are the lesser extent. So I would go for the three main gases in the exam. Now let's move to the reasons behind increasing global warming. We all know with increasing burning fossil fuel, cars, factories, increasing also cattle with methane that's producing. So these are all reasons behind the increasing the global warming. Please note that methane gas comes from it's a digestive gas that comes out of or it's a gas that comes out of the digestive system of the cows. That's guys, that's the cow fart. Okay, so methane gas, CH4 is the symbol for methane gas, is actually a gas that comes out of cow farts. So with increasing with intensive farming for those animals, we have found increasing the amount of methane coming out of these animals. Using fertilizer, chopping down trees as well is one of the reasons, because when we chop down trees, usually these are being burned, increasing the amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, I believe most of you already have the information that carbon dioxide is a gas that comes out of burning. So factories, cars, more transportation system, chopping down trees, all of these are reasons behind increasing the global warming. The second point that's really important, they love to bring up questions about, which is the consequences of global warming. Why should we fear global warming? We see a lot of environmental and climate summits going on every now and then, because the consequence of global warming is really, really serious. So it's not only about climate change and increasing heat, it's also, this will lead to ice melt. So what ice melt? When ice melts, this will cause sea level to rise. So that's fine. Why is it very serious for the sea level to rise? Because this eventually may lead to flooding. We have seen this in many countries recently. As well, the distribution of animals and plants would definitely change as the temperature increases. So we will see some migration of animals, migration of birds from an environment to another. Some of them would not be able to adapt with the change in temperature, so the biodiversity will be reduced. They would be unable to survive. They may extinct because they're unable to meet the challenge of increasing the heat. So all of these are also change in rainfall patterns. This would affect the plants, this would affect the crops. So as you see, these are wide range consequences that affects us in many areas, not only in the climate area, but also in the distribution of animals, rainfall, flooding, migration of animals. Some of animals and plants would extinct as well. So that's a very, very serious problem, okay? With the serious consequences. Now, how can we find solutions for this problem? Now, regarding guys solutions, you won't find this stated clearly in any of your school boards, books, or textbooks. However, that's still an important part. You will find some of the questions talking about solution. These type of questions are skill. These are skill questions. What do we mean by skill questions? Skill questions where they give you kind of information, charts, tables, and then they would ask you to interpret the answers. It's not something you need to memorize directly. No, rather they're gonna give you tools about it in the exam, and then you need to use whatever given charts, pie charts, tables to come up with the answer. All right? So some of the solutions for global warming that you may come across, as I said, in these type of skill questions is restore forests, plants, okay? Because as we know, the plants are absorbing carbon dioxide, right? So they absorb carbon dioxide in the process of photosynthesis, leading to less carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and so less global warming. All right. Some of the other solutions that they really focus on, which is decrease the use of fossil fuels. So use less fossil fuel. How can we use less fossil fuels? Depending on electric cars, use the biogases. All of these are methods you will come across, as I said, in these questions, where you can use the or decrease the use of fossil fuel, because as we know, fossil fuel releases enormous amount of carbon dioxide, which would increase to more and more global warming. Now, improve energy efficiency, definitely. So recycle materials, reuse, because when you recycle and you reuse, you're using less energy to come up with new materials, and hence less carbon dioxide, and hence less global warming. Renewable energy, as I mentioned, renewable source of energy like wind energy, like water energy. These are all, guys, clean energy. What do I mean by clean source of energy? Clean source of energy, you don't need to burn anything, you don't need to burn any fossil fuel, and hence there is less carbon dioxide, and hence there is less global warming. A just a transition for workers, that's also an important solution that we have seen already applicable or already applicated in many countries. We hear about carpools, we hear about using bicycles, using carpools. For those who don't know it, carpools, you instead you and your friend and many other friends are using their own car to go to work or to go to school. Carpool, you all gather in the same vehicle, so this will lead to, as I said, also less carbon dioxide, and hence less global warming. As I mentioned, all of these solutions, you won't find them crystal clear in any of the textbooks. However, this is an important area of skill questions that you will find in your exam boards, particularly the AQ IGCSE, the EDXL GCSE. Recently also we have seen EDXL International as well. They're adopting these type of questions, the skill questions, because we really need students who are able to interpret rather than memorize and learn. Thank you so much. I hope the class was enjoyable for everyone. Reach to me if you have any questions. All of the best. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.